Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Steve Chiama, and I'm the franchise owner for Action Coach here in Fairfax, Virginia, and I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. Today, I have the pleasure to introduce Phil Risher, the owner and president of Phlash Consulting, as my guest. So today, we're going to talk about Phil's business, his journey into business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to own, operate, and build a business. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when new shows like this drop. So Phil, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today. And if you would, please give us a little bit of background about who you are and tell us about your business.
Yeah, well, first off, thank you so much for having me. It's always nice when I meet people in the DMV area and hop on calls. I'm in Maryland, so thank you for having me. Phil Risher, owner of Phlash Consulting. We are a digital marketing consulting company for home service businesses, specifically $1 million to $10 million home service businesses. We serve them. And we've been doing this for about 7 years. In 2019, I used to work at a home service business, and a lot of the issues that I had, I plugged those holes. That business went from 3 million to 5 million and then sold to private equity in 24 months. And a lot of the same stuff we do with businesses today to help them grow and scale. And ultimately, if they want to sell or build a great business. I have 2 kids, a wife. My wife is a kindergarten teacher. We live in Maryland, as I mentioned. And I enjoy adventure, hiking. I used to live in a school bus. So that's some fun things about me.
Awesome. Just for context, let's give the viewers a little bit of background about how your business ownership is structured. I'm kind of guessing you're a solo owner, but there are also partners. There are also venture money, venture capitalist, investor kind of money. How are you capitalized at this point?
Yeah, it's just me. I'm the only owner. I'm the one that pretty much calls the shots on things.
Awesome. Um, Kind of a fun piece of this game. When a person starts up a business, oftentimes he's wearing all the hats. He's wearing the marketing hat, he's wearing the sales hat, he's wearing the delivery hat, he's wearing the HR hat, he's wearing the accounting hat, he's wearing all of the hats that fit underneath those. Which are the hats you're wearing at this point?
Right now, I would say the hats that I'm wearing is the sales seat, like the director of sales in my business, and then
Mm-hmm.
the marketing seat in my business from a hat perspective. The marketing and sales, I have people that are doing the stuff, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
the one that's overseeing it and managing it directly to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that it hits the goals that we need it to have.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, that's the thing that I like the most and I think that I'm the best at, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
also not I'm holding on to that one last because that's what I have the most leverage at, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to get that off of my plate.
Awesome. Um, let's talk a little bit about your target market. You said home services businesses 1 to 10 million. Are there any other specifications that tighten that up a little bit? And do you look outside of that arena?
We do not look outside of that arena. Basically what we found is that last year our average client grew 27% in revenue. So anywhere from
Fantastic.
250,000 to $1 million in revenue. And we know this because we use their CRM. And
Hmm.
we use their CRM to pull all the data, leads, jobs, estimates, created estimates, closed, total revenue, new customers. And then every single month, we're consulting on the data because we pull all the numbers.
Hmm.
So we know that they grow and we know the numbers
Hmm.
that they grow.
Hmm.
With that being said, if we know the playbook for people to grow 27%, and we had one guy like tripled his revenue 1 million to 3 million in 18 months, knowing that these companies produce the best results and these companies produce the worst results, what makes these people the best people? And then let's just focus on those people only. So what we found
Hmm.
for our business is 1 million to $10 million, and because they have a unique set of problems that we solve. And more importantly, there's this $1 to $3 million band, $3 to $5 million band, and $5 to $10 million band. And we have to fix whatever's in the business at those specific pieces.
Hmm.
But to get more granular on like what we ask them, there's really like 3 or 4 things. One, do you have a CSR, customer service representative? So someone
Hmm.
to answer the phones when we
Hmm.
generate all these leads for you.
Hmm.
Number 2, do you have a CRM, a client relationship
Hmm.
manager, a place where you keep track of all of your stuff? So you're not a
Hmm.
mess. You're not just like
Hmm.
running out of QuickBooks or something. And then the third thing is, are you residential focused? Because
Hmm.
residential B2C focus is what our bread and butter is. When you go to
Hmm.
B2B or commercial, it's a whole different type of marketing. than
Mm-hmm.
what you have to do. And it's something that was very unique for my business because I'm B2B. Like I work with other businesses, but we
Mm-hmm.
market B2C. So it's
Mm-hmm.
two separate types of marketing, which is why I had to like separate our internal team from our actual marketing for our business. But
Mm-hmm.
that's like how we dissect like who we work with. And what
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, Steve, last year we turned down about 80% of people that wanted to work with us.
Very good.
So
Very
we
good.
literally have probably 55-star Google reviews of people saying, I wanted to work with them and they told me that I can't work with them, but they still gave me a lot of value on a sales call.
Very good. Very good. With that in mind, is there a geographic region that you're focused in on?
Yeah, well, what happened was, so I'm a DMV guy and I used to work at a home service business in Manassas, Virginia. So you're
Mm-hmm.
familiar with that area. And what happened was, naturally, I got a bunch of referrals in the DMV, but the problem is that with marketing in general, one of my biggest issues with marketing companies was that they would take any client and they would
Mm-hmm.
compete against themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would have like people working with their competitors and then doing the same ads, the same SEO, the same everything. And it's like, what's the advantage? You want to beat those people, not just like do the same exact thing. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yep.
So what happened was in the DMV, DC metro area, I got like one HVAC contractor. And then I'm like, okay, well, I can't have another HVAC contractor right down the street.
Right.
Or I got one carpet cleaning company. I can't have one carpet cleaner right down the street. So to answer your question, pretty quickly, I was at like 10 clients and it's like, okay, I need to branch out. So then
Mm-hmm.
now we work with clients all over the country. We
Mm-hmm.
have a client in Canada, but the exchange rate is kind of tough. But we
Mm-hmm.
had like 2 weeks ago, we had a guy in Brussels who found one of our YouTube videos and he wanted to work with us. But we're like, it's like totally different. I don't know how this is going to
Yeah.
work. We had a guy in Australia who wanted to work with us. So we don't really have geographical areas, but US based pretty much.
Okay. All right. Very good. How would a person decide you're the person he should call? What's the trigger that would set him off that said, I got to talk to Phil?
All right, there's a couple things. One, I used to work at a home service business that was doing $3 million, and I was
Mm-hmm.
director of business development trying to get this company to grow. And
Mm-hmm.
I was met with all of the same issues that they're facing as well, which is one, cookie cutter marketing companies. And when I say cookie cutter, I mean you're paying for outputs instead of
Mm-hmm.
outcomes. You're paying for
Mm-hmm.
someone to create a blog post for you, to do a Facebook post for you, to do your Google ads. You're not paying for an outcome, which is growth, numbers, data. You're trying to like make it happen. That's the first thing. Second thing is data. You as the business owner are probably trying to figure out your data. You know your total revenue, you're probably tracking your
Mm-hmm.
ARs, your bank accounts, but you don't know your leads year over year. You don't know your
Mm-hmm.
job count year over year. You don't know your estimate close year over year, your new
Mm-hmm.
customers, your customer acquisition cost, your booking rate, your close
Mm-hmm.
rate, and your return on ad spend from ad channels. This is what my company does. So that way we can not just do marketing, but know that that marketing is working and then fix whatever needs to be fixed inside of the sales process. And then the third piece is data. The third piece is automation, which is this is a big issue that I had at my home service business. We were getting leads, but we didn't have any infrastructure in place to capture those leads and nurture them. So we got one shot at every single lead and then it was gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
Our sales guy would send out one estimate and then call them, they wouldn't answer. And then, oh, they ghosted me, they're gone. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
there needs to be some automation so that way we can capture more estimates. And we have
Mm-hmm.
time and time again where we capture tons and tons of revenue for clients by building automations with their
Very,
CRM.
very good.
Now, Steve, the biggest issue is that for $1 to $10 million business owners, those three things, marketing, data, automations, they're stuck in the middle trying to make it all work.
Yep.
They are literally the bottleneck on all these things trying to make it happen. And we have clients that they plug us in and then they're able to take a month off because now their team can reach out to us for automations and fix it. Now we're pulling data and figuring out what we need to work with their team on. And then we have great marketing that works together. So we take what works and then we plug the holes on marketing. It's great. So why would someone reach out to us? Because they're burned out on cookie cutter marketing and they're the ones stuck trying to do all of this stuff and they need an engine to help them grow to $10 million.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What's one thing you wish more people knew about your business?
Unfortunately, I mean, you've experienced it as well, I'm sure, is that a lot of people get burned on marketing companies and they feel like it's a scam and they feel like
Mm-hmm.
these marketing companies just black magic and voodoo, smoke and mirrors. They don't care about my stuff. They just want me to spend more on ads because they can make more money when they charge me
Mm-hmm.
more. They spent more money.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all these things is the exact same thing that I felt. So I
Mm-hmm.
fixed all of those things in my business. Like
Good.
we do not we don't care how you grow. We want you to just
Hmm.
grow your business and pay us. And the way that we do this is that our whole team is on performance pay.
Hmm.
So when we have clients, everyone makes more money. Our
Hmm.
consultants, when they have clients, they make more money. When they lose clients,
Hmm.
they lose money. It's
Hmm.
not about them getting a new website, increasing their ad spend, picking this new ad channel. It's literally just about, are they happy about working with us and growing their business? If so, then they're
Hmm.
going to stay with us and everyone's going to make money.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's get to talking a little bit about you. What was the trigger that said, I want to open my own business as opposed to staying as an employee in other businesses?
Well, I got fired. No,
Yeah, well, that still doesn't make a decision to open a business.
I know. No, it's funny. I tell people I got fired. So I was working at this business, the $3 million home service business. Tom is his
Hmm.
name. Great guy, like really good friend to this day, mentor type guy. So he had been in business for 20 years when I started
Mm.
there. And he was just like stuck in this $1 to $3 million swamp gap of he was like 2.7 and he kept hitting up against
That's
it.
a tough zone. Yeah.
Yeah, super tough. We had met through some of the past work that I had done, whatever. And he was like, hey, can you come help me? I want you to be my director of business development, help me grow.
Hmm.
So I was like, cool. So the first year he went from 3 million to 4 million, but more importantly, he went from 300,000 in profit to 900,000 in profit.
There is a big difference.
And I was trained at Enterprise Rent a Car. I went through their management trainee program. I was built as
Hmm.
an operator in their business and I won
Hmm.
multiple Diamond Club awards as the best branch manager. Like I was really good. So when I went into his business, I knew digital marketing and I knew how to run a local service business. And the enterprise model is you can't grow if you say no, and it's grow at all
Hmm.
costs.
Hmm.
So he got to 4 million, making $1 million a year after he had been stuck for 20, the past 5 years trying to figure this out. And he's like, and I was like pushing for growth. Like we are
Hmm.
growing, we are growing. You need to get on this. You need to get on this, like managing up. All of a sudden we did an enterprise. And he was like, dude, you need to chill out and leave me alone. Like I'm making $1 million a year. I didn't go to college. I just started this duct cleaning company, like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So he was telling his friends, like, this guy is pushing to the max and he's trying to grow my business. They're like, you need to take this guy and let him run with it. Like he's, it's so great. You have this magic in a bottle kind of thing.
Hmm.
And we had a couple friction points where it was like, Phil, leave me alone, back and forth. So one day it was like May 2018. We go to Chili's. He loves Chili's. We go and sit down in Manassas. We go sit down at Chili's and he's like, all right, Phil, here's what I'm thinking. I think you should start a consulting company, call it Phlash Consulting. My name is Phil and my wife's name is Ashley, but I call her Ash. So he's like, Phlash. He's like, start
Okay.
a consulting company called Phlash. I'll be your first client. So I live in Maryland and he's in Manassas, which is about 2 hours. So I was driving far. So he's like, I'll be your first client. You can do everything remote. Give me about like 20 hours a week. I talked to two of my buddies. They both own home service businesses. They need help. One will give you 10 hours. One will give you 10 hours. Charge them both $50 an hour. Charge me $50 an hour. You'll make $100,000 and you'll be off to the races. So he basically set me up. Like he teed me up. Here's your business. Here's what you got. Go do this. You'll make 100,000. You're all good. So that's how I started it. It wasn't because I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go start my own thing or something. It was basically like he teed me up for that.
Awesome. 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 So in a way, he bought you the business.
Yeah, he. So this is the craziest thing that I tell people is like, one, like what a great dude. Like he didn't
Hmm.
try to like keep it to himself. He teed me up to be successful, and ultimately he sold his business. I helped with him another year. He sold his business. He was doing 5 million at that point. He sold his business for like 8 times EBITDA. Like crushed it. He
Hmm.
did right by me. He had a great outcome as well. But the coolest thing about it is that the first 2 years, I was literally going on site to all these businesses, all these home service businesses, building relationship with these owners that were in their 50s that had been around for 20 years. And they were just telling me problem after problem with marketing companies over and over and over again. And I was
Yes.
just literally consulting. I hadn't even built out the whole marketing arm yet of like what
Yeah.
we actually do, what I explained to you. I was literally
Yeah.
just consulting with their leadership team in their EOS meetings and everything. So I had like a boots on the ground of like all the issues that they had. And then I could go and solve them.
Awesome. 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 Playing a little bit with that, and I'm going to come back to this, but playing a little bit, you've had fun, you've learned a lot, you've done a lot. What's the biggest, most memorable hurdle you've had to overcome?
Definitely in the last 2 years. The
Hmm.
last 2 years, so I got the business to around like $1 million, right? And then I was kind of the bottleneck on everything. Million,
Mm-hmm.
1.5 million. I was still like the bottleneck on everything where I was like,
Mm-hmm.
had my hands in all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I could continue to do this, but if I
Mm-hmm.
want to grow the business and have time with my family, then I need to buy back my time.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest hurdle for me was that I was raised in the scarcity mindset. Money doesn't grow on trees. Stay
Yep.
out of
Right.
debt. Don't take big risks with things, big swings. Like you're doing 1.5 million, you're probably doing like 30% profit because it's all on you.
Mm-hmm.
So like just invest that money and like you're good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking, I'm in my mid 30s. Like, is this going to be my next 30 years of my life of this? Like, yes, that's which is a fine life, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
maybe not. I don't know. So I read the book Buy Back Your Time from Dan Martell. I read it probably like 4 times. And
Good.
then I'm in like several coaching programs and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I was in Dan Sullivan's strategic coach, and it talks about build a self-managing company, buying back your
Mm-hmm.
time. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I literally just went on a fire Phil rampage. I called it fire Phil
Mm-hmm.
season. I was just like firing me from everything.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately now I have a business that runs without me. Like I was just out on maternity leave for 2 weeks and my business
Good.
grew.
Good.
And I'm not the bottleneck on anything and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can chime in and help things or like deliver the vision, like still lead. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I don't the day to day, I don't get involved in any of that.
Good.
So I guess the biggest win for me would be a lot of people like I tell myself now that I own a real business
Mm-hmm.
because like I actually own a real business where before it was like I owned a job that it was still a business and it made a bunch of money, but it wasn't like I
Mm-hmm.
could leave or not be involved in things. But now I
Mm-hmm.
can.
Awesome. 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 So that's exactly where I want to pivot off to. What does the future look like? Where do you see the business going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, well, right now we're about like 2.53 million this year. If we hit our
Mm-hmm.
goal of 3 million, then like there's no way that we're not going to hit $10 million in the
Mm-hmm.
next 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because since we're all on performance pay, I
Mm-hmm.
have so many rock star team members, like
Good.
literally like
Good.
killers, like so
Mm-hmm.
good
Mm-hmm.
that they can easily get promoted and still build the same culture that we have and like go for the gusto. I have
Mm-hmm.
such good team
Mm-hmm.
that there's no way, and there's so much opportunity in the market. There's no way that we can't hit it to $10 million. So I would say the biggest thing for me because I got this inflection point when I was like around making $300,000. I know this is a little tangent, but like I'll give you the context. I was around $300,000 and I was a consultant making probably like 150,000 and then 150,000 to other stuff that I was spending money on. And I was like, is this going to be my life for the next 30 years? Or what is my real calling on this? And I'm a Christian. One of the biggest things is like, you're supposed to multiply your talents. You're not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to bury them under a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And that hit me square in the face was like, I need to go out and multiply my talents.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a really good book on this called Thou Shalt Prosper. We're talking about books a little bit, but Thou Shalt Prosper, which is like, we're actually like, I'm actually called to go out and multiply my talents and prosper. And in fact, when I do those things, I will be making more money because I've lived out what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's not that I want to make all this money. It's more so the impact that I can make on my team and people. And I
Good.
have the unique skill set to make that happen.
Very good. Very good. What do you see as main challenges to get that done?
The biggest challenge is going to be people because in a service business,
Yeah.
you have to really build these people. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's rare to find people that you can just plug in 2 or 3 months and just like have them as like laborers or something. You have to act, and especially the consultant piece, like
Mm-hmm.
these are 6-figure earners plus, that are
Mm-hmm.
like they have to be top tier, high level people.
Yep.
These are not just like you can't just find them on the street that have already been built like this. So that's the biggest thing, like having a training roadmap and module and system for people,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even having a junior consultant program that they can train up over 2 years and then move
Good.
into a senior consultant role. Um, that's the biggest hurdle for us, specifically in the service business, is just having the people that can deliver the same quality of service that we've been giving for the past 7 years that are our standard.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Just kind of from all of the learnings you've had based on what you have learned so far, if you started a business like this again today, Is there anything you would do differently?
I would say the first thing I would make sure to do is figure out how I'm going to productize my service faster.
Hmm.
Because I mentioned how I started with hourly stuff and I stuck on that. I was stuck on that for like probably 2 or 3 years
Hmm.
because once I started as hourly, it was hard to switch people to a productized service package
Hmm.
of some sort. But these were like good relationships that I had with good service. But there was this moral dilemma of hourly pay versus delivery that was
Hmm.
still achieving the outcome, but it wasn't worth what I was doing.
Hmm.
So I would definitely figure that out ahead of time. Like I mentioned the story about Tom where he's like charging $50 an hour and you'll make 100,000. I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. It would have been better if it was like do these things for them that you did for me and then charge them $2,000 a month or whatever it is. It
Oh, right.
took me a while to figure that out. And that's
Very
probably what I
good.
would fix. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very good. Very good. I think we could spend all day going down these roads. This is some really, really good content. But in the interest of time, let's start heading towards wrapping up and play around with a few rapid fire questions here to see where they take us.
Cool, cool.
What would you say has been your key to success so far?
My key to success so far is definitely going to be looking at how can I add value to other people
Hmm.
and not one of the big things that we didn't really talk about too much, which is totally fine. But just to give you some context on why that's important for me, I know this is rapid, but I'll give you a quick one.
Hmm.
Um, like living a debt-free lifestyle for me allows me to come and show up with abundance. I'm not just trying to
Hmm.
pay people's money. Like I don't need to figure out how I'm going to make my mortgage rent pay, like I'm
Hmm.
good. So I can show up and give true authentic value to people and then if
Good.
it makes sense to work together great. If not, it's all good.
Very, very good. Very, very good. Um, just playing around with that, and Manassas. I know a great coffee shop over in Chantilly. So if you're ever back over in this neighborhood, let me know.
Thanks,
Um,
man.
if we were in that coffee shop and somebody walked in talking about a business that he was starting up with his friend, um, what's one piece of advice you would share with him?
It's just any business in general.
Any business.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. First, use profit first to manage your financials.
Mm-hmm.
Start with that from day one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Two, start creating content today
Yep.
because content is going to help you with AI search. It's also going to help you get your word out there and messaging out there. Number three would be don't get stuck doing the work. Like you can do the work for now, but then, if you're going to start a business, like you could get a high paying job making $150,000. So don't get stuck doing the work. Actually build a business. I would say those
Mm-hmm.
couple things.
Good. 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 Those are all paradigm related things that really have to drive. That's great. That's great. You've mentioned a couple of books. Do you have any one particular book that you've been reading recently that's had the most impact on how you're driving forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've read Traction many times, but I'm rereading it
Hmm.
now because I'm writing my book and I'm trying to go
Hmm.
through some of these great books that I've read. So, like
Hmm.
Traction is really good, by Gino Wickman.
Hmm.
Um, Profit First, I mentioned that book, but like so good. Buy Back Your Time,
Hmm.
so good.
Hmm.
Um, there's a really one you might not have heard of it. It's more of a marketing one. It's called Sell Like Crazy.
Hmm.
That one's a really good one. And then the last one I'll say is Marketing to the Affluent, which is a really good one that I love. That book from Dan Kennedy. It's just so good.
Very good. Very good. You've had a great journey.
Yeah, thank
You've
you.
you've accomplished a lot.
Thank you.
What are you most proud of down this journey?
Yeah, and I think if you were to ask my team this, they would echo this sentiment, which is I genuinely and it's hard to see this from like a podcast, but like I genuinely just like love people and like treat people with respect and I try to always
Hmm.
do the right thing. Like I really try to do that with my
Hmm.
team, with people that are not the right fit, like trying to give
Hmm.
them, some type of like a payout or something, like treating our clients with respect and just I would say like I have there's this like stigma about business owners or dog eat dog world and all this
Hmm.
terrible things that I hope to be a beacon of light that those things don't have to be true and you can still be
Good.
successful.
Very good. Very good. Flipping that around, if there was one thing in your business that you could significantly improve this afternoon, you had a magic wand, what would it be?
So right now, literally today in our business, the issue that we're having is that we have leads coming in, quality leads, probably about like 20 to 30 a week. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have a sales guy who's great, rock
Mm-hmm.
star. We have an appointment setter who is good. He's making the calls, but we don't have the full motion of cold leads coming in, appointment setter setting appointments, sales guy getting on the call from cold to hot quickly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our sales motion right now is very long in the sense of people have to come into our ecosystem, get our emails, see the content, trust us over
Mm-hmm.
time, and then go. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that this is wrong or right or wrong. It just takes longer to scale a business, especially when you're a higher ticket service based business. People really have to trust you. So if
Mm-hmm.
there's a way that I could fix that and speed up that time, that would be really
Mm-hmm.
cool. And I would love to figure that out.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Most important question. How can people who want to know more connect with you fastest?
So if you own a home service business that's 1 million to 10 million, some of the things that I mentioned, and you want to discuss your business and feel like we might be able to help you, or even just look at your stuff and give you some ideas, you can
Mm-hmm.
go to Phlash Consulting. It's PHLASH consulting.com and click discuss your business. And if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, Phil, you seem like a cool guy. I hang out on LinkedIn, Instagram, Phil Risher. We also have a YouTube channel, which is Flash Consulting. So any of those places are good.
Fantastic. Fantastic. This has been great. You've shared a lot of great points. You've hit and you've touched a lot of hot buttons for any business that fits in that category, whether it's a home services business or a haircuttery or a small restaurant, even, if you will. Those are all very important points. So thank you very much for sharing that. For everybody watching, I encourage you come save the show, come back and watch it again, and listen to some of the things Phil has said because they've all been very helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you can get the notifications every time we drop a show like this. Thanks to everyone who's joined us today, and a special thanks to Phil for being with us, being vulnerable, and sharing some really valuable information. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks so much. I appreciate you having me on the show.